Welcome, folks. This is Tommy, Help with Gadgets, and it's Tuesday night, and it's cold outside. Let's see who we've got here on the live now. Looks like Marco came in a long time ago. Not sure if Marco's still here or not, but do see that Marco was here. And then Mind of Milton. Thanks, Milton. Ground Fog was here. You guys showed up a little bit early. Neil McKenzie, thank you for being here, sir. And TKE says the other Neil. I'm not sure which who has that designation. Mind of Milton says Snow King Neil. And that's I've seen some pictures from down there in New Orleans. And sounds like y'all have got a little bit of snow. We've got a trace on the ground, some on the driveway, some on the roads, and it's cold. Jason Beecher, how are you, sir? Thanks for being here. Let's see who else we got here. TKE says cold, son. And yes, it's cold. Satisfaction's bringing the support. Maddie with the blue wrench is bringing support. Thank you, sir. And Milton says RS Chaos and Skyho Bros. Yeah, I think several of us have the RS Chaos and the Sky High. So very cool. All right. Good deal. I've had an interesting day. Ended up finding out as I was heading down to a town south of here that hopped in the truck and it showed that it was low air pressure on the right rear. And as I pulled it back in the garage to hook up the air compressor and put some air in, I saw what I thought was the reason it was low, and that was a nice screw head sticking out of the tire. So I took it to get it fixed, and they found two more screws in the same tire, and apparently that's the only tire that had a screw in it. So kind of curious about that, but they popped the they had to do some paperwork for the road hazard, and plus they didn't have the tire in stock. So depending on weather, they may have the tire tomorrow. So they popped the spare tire on there, and I got to drive home in the snow on a spare tire that's at least 10 years old. So because it's a 2014 truck. So don't reckon the spare tire's ever been off of it. So that was kind of fun. And no, it wasn't. That made for some interesting driving, but because we're not used to snow down here in the upstate of South Carolina. Jason Beecher says it's -1 here. I think from what I saw, it is 23 here, 23 or 25 here right now. So not quite that cold here. And what part of the country are you in, Jason Beecher, if you don't mind me asking? And again, hope everyone is having a wonderful Tuesday and that you're staying warm. Greg Vanderlip, thanks for being here, man. Do appreciate it. Don't have a lot on the agenda here today, but in a little bit we're going to go ahead and disassemble this one here, the tactile turn chupacabra, as well as the Demco shark cub, and kind of show some of the similarities and differences between the two, between the Superlock and the Sharklock. Upstate New York, about an hour north of Albany. Yep, I imagine you are nice and chilly up there. It says real feel is -22 where Greg Vanderlip is. Also -4. Greg, are you in the same area as Jason Beecher, or another part of the country? Because I think most of the country is in a nice little polar vortex right now. Greg's in Michigan, so very cool. Well, very cold, I guess I should say. Very cold there and very cold in New York. But I think even TKE down there in the in New Orleans is south of that 32-degree mark, if I'm not mistaken. I know they had some snow on the ground. I saw some pictures of a snowman that I think was outside of TKE's house, but I'm not sure about that. So, yep, most of the country is nice and chilly right now, and parts of Louisiana and South Alabama and Florida and South Georgia and the coast of South Carolina and North Carolina are apparently getting snow, and apparently they've got more snow than we have up here. So that's just one of those strange oddities. Had a guy tell me today that within just a few months' time, we've had a hurricane in an area that doesn't get hurricanes, and now we've got snow where we don't normally get a lot of snow in just a few months. Because I think that was right at the end. That was the end of September when that came through, the hurricane, and now we've got very cold temperatures and snow. And feel sorry for the folks that are still up in the Asheville area that are battling or Western North Carolina area, Eastern Tennessee, that are still battling, trying to have decent shelter and warmth, especially when it's as cold as it is now. All right, you guys that are here, and ladies as well, if there's ladies here, what did y'all carry today? I'll rearrange this, and I'll show you what I had in pocket today. And one more that I don't have. It's still in pocket. So here's what I had in pocket today. The Vastid Acorn, the Demco Shark Cub, and the Vulcan knives. Evening, Dragoon. Thanks for being here. Satisfaction, there may be. You just haven't said hello yet. I think there's some ladies that join from time to time. Milton says, small Sabenza today. All right. What about the rest of you guys? It looks like we may possibly have 10 people in here. TKE, welcome, man. Thanks for being here. What's the temperature down there in New Orleans, TKE? And along with what are you carrying, what do you have coming in? What have you ordered that's not to you yet? I have one that I have coming in, but I'm not going to say anything because I'll probably do an unboxing. I don't think I'm going to wait the Tuesday night to open it. But I may have another box of knives coming in that to open up on next Tuesday night. So that's hopeful that happens. Neil McKenzie says it's 48 in the desert, and I assume you're out there in Arizona or New Mexico or in that area. Mind of Milton says, Maddie, Stovey entered my giveaway, but you didn't. For shame. Y'all check out Milton's. Milton's got a giveaway going on. If you haven't entered, drop your link to that entry video if you want to, Milton. And Neil McKenzie says Arizona. Yeah, very cool. I think you and Milton and Maddie are all in the Arizona area, where it's a little bit earlier than 9:44 p.m. Out there. Maddie says he doesn't enter too many giveaways, but do it, Maddie. Greg Vanderlip says, had Rosecraft, Lussahatchee Jack, Rosecraft Mohawk, Buck Deuce, and changed out main few times. It was Tempest Pinion and Kube Darkness and Trivisa Lynx with a Mad Yoko Hank. Cool. Let's see. I did have a Hank on me. I'm still carrying my my Steel Capital antler Hank and my earbuds, my Olight Arkfeld. Mr. Eddie, thank you for being here, sir. And maybe a few more items that I'm not going to show on screen because rules. Jason Beecher, thanks for stopping by, man. Do appreciate it. He says, have fun, everyone. Off to bed. There's Milton's link to his, I think that's to his giveaway video. If you haven't done so, click on that and go ahead and enter that. I'm pretty sure I did. Pretty sure I did. And yep, I think Milton's got some new stickers. So apparently some fancy ones. I don't think I've got one of those yet. But I may have I got that box is coming in too. Maybe. I don't know if that's going to be. I don't know if that one will get here before next Tuesday or not. I think I've got 2 boxes of knives coming in that one of them's a friend of mine sending me some to take a look at. And then there's another box coming in as well, and a knife that I've ordered. So a few boxes on the way. Maddie says he's watched the video and entered and said he wants the sticker. It looks kind of fancy. I still need to get some stickers. Do most of you guys order them off of Amazon? I think I've someone mentioned that was one way of doing it, or is there another way that is a good way? Dragon says a double stack penguins in D2 Gerber chunk with a G19 light and a G2C hot rock thrower laid on a nice Junkin Genius Hank. It's cool to see another G2C, G3C user, I guess I should say. Very cool. I actually got someone gifted me, if I can find it. What did I do with it though? I got a penguin with LMAX and glow in the dark scales, which is pretty cool. Jim Tagliaferro, and I probably butchered that like crazy. Thanks for being here, man. Everyone should have a penguin. I've got two. I've got a D2 one that a friend of mine modified for me. That was one of my first purchases when I got back into collecting knives. And I dyed the scales a little bit darker than they were. And a friend of mine bronzed the hardware and acid etched the blade. So I've got two penguins. Everyone should have at least one penguin, in my opinion. Very cool. I think Dragon said that's actually one of the ones that he carried. It's a neat knife, and it's pretty cool to see it glow in the dark. I think I may have done that. I may have turned the lights down last week. I believe, if I'm not mistaken. And showed how that glowed. Very cool. Eric Vanderlip says, I won a Jimmy Crow customized penguin from EDC with DVD giveaway, but your wife claimed it. Yeah, I've had a few knives that I had a knife that actually my boss went and got because none of the stores around here had it. He got it and brought it to me, and I don't have it anymore. She claimed it, so that's okay. All right, let's see. Greg says, I never tried a cold steel before, and the Lindgren was on the wish list for a long time. So yeah, I've seen some other folks that have had Jimmy Crow's customized knives. He does some really good work from what I've seen. It's really cool. I mean, I've done a little bit with well, actually, several of us have done a little bit with this knife here. I anodized the scales, and Mr. Eddie did a flipper reduction because you can still sort of use the flipper there, and there's kind of a forward choil there that you can use that really makes it neat. Thinking about sending it off for some lasering, but I have not done so as of yet. Dragon says, I have a Kubi he did, and it's easily top 5. Greg says Jimmy Crow's a cool dude. He does a lot for the community, and he donated a Kaiser yacht he had modified for when I do a giveaway. I just got to figure out when and how to do one. I'm over 100 subs finally. If one of the mods could link Greg's channel, maybe we can get a few more folks to sub to that. Greg says I have 2 Jimmy Customs, a Penguin, and a CGRB Craig. Thanks, Milton. Milton's linked Greg's channel. And in fact, let me see if I can get over here. I will. I'm still working on getting everything worked out. I changed my my studio up a little bit, and have still working on getting things working better. I've got my laptop over to the right, kind of almost vertical, which is about the only way that I can do that. But I think that's working okay. But let's take a look at this, because I'm pretty sure what I can do is actually go into my live and then share the screen. Let's kind of turn my. You don't need to hear my voice twice. All right, let's fix that. Okay. Share screen. All right, let's see if that works. I think it may have, maybe not. It didn't, may not have changed the link that I went to, or changed to the link that I went to. Let's see. I'm kind of watching to see if it shows up on the. Got a tablet that I'm watching, and I don't think it is. So let's see if I can figure out how to do this. Okay, may have to stop it and start it again. Share screen. There's got to be an easier way to do that. And I am not subscribed. It looks like you've got 108 subscribers, but I'm going to go ahead and subscribe. And as they say, watch a video or a short. And from what I've heard, putting a short up and that someone could easily watch for just 20, 30 seconds, and then it kind of it keeps it from going from that sub being unsubbed after a while. And let's see. Hey, Rolf, thanks for being here. Do appreciate you being here. Mind if Milton actually linked Rolf's channel, and I'll check Rolf's out here in just a second. Very cool. let's back up. It says, okay, showing that tab. So let's see if it stays. Then I'm able to okay, I think I figured out something here. All right, good. Let's go to Roth's channel. I did figure out a way to quickly switch, I think. Verifying on the tablet over there. Yeah, that worked. And I'm not subscribed to Roth either, so. But I am now. So, good deal. And TK's also thrown up the links for Mind of Milton, as well as himself. And you're probably right there, Dragoon. I need to find a way to change the default if that's possible, because a lot of times I'll get in a live and I'll change it manually, but I haven't looked to see if it's a way to do that with just all of them instead of just top. I think I've already said hello to Ground Fog. Thanks for being here, man. There's TK with the friendly bantering. Too much, TK. Too much, man. Great Scott Mannies. Thanks for being here, Scotty. You guys check out Great Scott Minis on you got a YouTube channel, Scotty, or just Instagram? Anyhow, check him out. He's got some really cool. If you're a nerd that likes the mini figurines, check him out. He's got some really cool stuff. And if he's not doing a commission, he might could do something for you. Yeah, check out Great Scott Minis on Instagram. TKE is pretty friendly sometimes, most of the time. Good part of the time. Oh boy. There goes TK. Mark Parks. I don't think I said hello, man. Thanks for being here. Some of the time. He is occasionally. Just got a winter weather advisory for slick and hazardous roads due to lingering snowpack and black ice. So, I think TKE says we got 12 inches of snow today in New Orleans. Oh, my brother. I'm reading the rest of that. All right, anywho. All right, you guys that are just coming in, drop what you're carrying in the chat. Let's see what everybody's carrying. If you got something on the way that you've ordered but hadn't received yet, drop that in there too. Jesse, thanks for being here. Much appreciated. My carry for the day was these 3 items here. Had the Vostede Acorn, the Demco Shark Cub, and the Vulcan knives. Mark Part says he had the whole deca. Mark, do you have the one with Warncliffe and the black and blue scales, or is it a different version? TKE says I carried the Spyderco PM2 Salt and the Vosti Top Liner Lock Raccoon. Friend of mine and I were talking about the about how Vosti was doing a pretty good job lately. TK, did the Strix come in today? Did it make it to you? Or is it delayed because of the snow? I think that's a capital NO means USPS may not have delivered. Mark says the Warncliffe with the OG scales. Very cool. All roads are closed in New Orleans. Yeah, I'm guessing. And this is just a guess, but I'm guessing New Orleans is probably not equipped to handle a foot of snow. And I think you had said that you'd only seen snow in New Orleans 2 or 3 times in your lifetime. Just walk, TK. Mark, that would assume that there was somebody in. That would assume there was somebody actually at the USPS facility, and that's probably not likely. Apparently, TK did plan on walking, but it didn't work out. Well, TK, you've got a lot more snow than we've had in probably 20 or 30 years. So I think back in 88 or 89, there was a huge amount of snow that kept us out of school for a couple of weeks. We got only a dusting of snow here, just enough to notice on the ground, and it's so cold here it actually started accumulating on the roads. So we've got 2 sections of our driveway have snow on them. And then the road in front of the house has got snow, so I don't think my wife will be going to work in the morning, and I'll just work from home. All right, let's go ahead and start getting some things off the table here, and then we'll get into disassembling the 2 knives that we're taking a look at tonight. This is the Vostede RS Chaos top liner lock. I may have another top liner lock, another top liner lock on the way of a Vostede model. This is the Vulcan Customs knife that I opened on a live. Was it 2 weeks ago now? 3 weeks ago? Maybe 3 weeks ago now. But been carrying this one a bunch and really enjoying it. All right, this is actually one of the knives that we're going to be doing here, so we'll set it off to the side. Jesse says it's dry in Seattle. I think I should put another coat of semi-gloss on the boards for the next live next week. Too dark, TK. Need some more shine. This is the Vosted Acorn. This is a liner lock with some nice micarta scales. I'm not usually a fan of the coated blades, but so far it's holding up pretty well. My wife got that one to me. Got that one for me for Christmas. Hey, Maddie, look what I've got here. This is the Good Screw Neutron Star. I think that's what it's called. Very cool knife that I think I unboxed that one last week on the live, and haven't got anything done to it yet. But I'm going to do a disassembly and cleaning on this one, and a review, and get that shipped off to someone else. And that's actually a really cool knife. Let's see here. TK, Mark Park says, what's snow? And TK says, I have one of them there. RS Chaos is en route. Traded it to some psychopath named Carco. Traded it from Carco to Carco. And this one here is the Concept Shard. I think TKA actually did a review of a similar model to this, different size or different style scales. I think it was maybe like I think it was a tiger stripe ano on the one that he did. This one here has the lightning ano. Pretty cool little knife. Well, not little knife. And this here is what I would say would be one of the most underrated knives, in my opinion, out there. This is the North Arm Sky High, and this is one of the older versions with the stepped milling in the blade, which I really like. Thought about getting a newer one, but I like that. I like that step milling. This is the other knife that we're doing the disassembly on. This is a Kubi Royal that I actually traded one of the folks here on some time ago to get this knife, and it's a pretty cool front flipper, and just a cool little knife. I like that. I like this knife. TK says got it in a trade. Okay, very cool. And TK's definition of snow is that horrible substance that keeps your knives from coming to you. I don't think I have any knives close enough that the snow is hindering it, but yeah, it does. That does happen from time to time. I went and checked the mail about 9:25 right before the live, and we got no mail today. So such is life. All right, and then this is the Kaiser Cyberblade that we anodized that on the live some months ago, I believe. So did a little live anodization, and I've got a wire mesh, titanium wire mesh coming in that we may do some other items on the in a few weeks once I can get that in. All right, let's go ahead and make a little bit of room here. Slide some stuff off to the side. Get our handy dandy disassembly mat. Straighten up the camera. Sorry for the violent shaking there. Still getting used to using the arm instead of the previous setup I had. Let's get a little bit of rubbing alcohol. Let's try not to make a huge mess. We'll set that off to the side there. All right, let's check. Let's get some let's catch up on some comments. TK says Acorn is a killer knife. I agree. Jesse's helping out TK with his grammar, I think. Greg Vanderlift says calling it an early night knife peeps. All have a good night. Smash that like with a helpful gadget. Nice and hard. Thanks for coming by, Jeff. And yeah, hit that like button if you haven't. It kind of helps out with all that good stuff. And appreciate it, Greg. Thanks for dropping by. I hope you have a good night. All right, let's see. I think TK is giving us some additional information. Carco sending me a RS Chaos. I'm sending him the scapegoat when this snow substance stops. So, very cool. And, all right. Dragon says I may have to give the Acorn a chance again. I don't care for my Mini. Didn't care for my Mini and sold it to Dark. I'm assuming maybe Dark Water. The Acorn, to be fair, let's see, what did I do with it? To be fair, I think this knife would be awesome. Probably, I think it's about a 3-inch blade, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I mean, if the blade were like 3 1/4, and the overall were maybe 7.5 inches, I think this knife would be really awesome. But I think that's going to bring it to very close to the size of the Porcupine, which I think is going to be another knife that's really cool. I hope. We'll see. Absolutely that, and I haven't got my son-in-law to do any printing. He's had some very fun times at work in the last week, and then they went away for the weekend to visit his family, and apparently haven't recovered from that yet. So patience, TKE. Pre-order is full already. On what, TK? The Strix? Did he open them already and it already sold out, or what? I'm not sure on that one. Don't disassemble. I'm not understanding that one either. Yep, the snow's froze my brain apparently. I think I'm getting out what TK's laying down now. He says, Strict pre-order is full. No need for any of you to try and pre-order one. So there you go. No, I don't drink, and I'm certainly not going to drink that stuff. Whew. Oh, Dragoon, you may have to take it apart and clean and put some quality knife oil on the bearings. I've got some before, that different knives that felt like there was something in it. So there you go. Vosteed Walnut XL Acorn. Probably would be pretty cool. Absolutely, TKE. Amateur. I don't have the impact on the table. I do have one within about 10 foot, but I've never had to use a impact on a knife yet. I understand on some of your lives that those may have been pressed into use, but haven't had to do that yet. I'm still amateur though. TK is trying to convince y'all that the Strix pre-order is done, and I don't think they've even announced when it is yet. Dragoon says that I'm missing a hammer as well. There's a little ball peen hammer here that can be put into use if necessary. So, ha! Dragon says, in hindsight, turbine lube and knife lube are not the same. Adventure 50, thanks for being here. I think this may be the first time that you dropped by. I do appreciate it. And we're just hanging out, talking about knives, and about to do a little bit of disassembly on a couple of knives. I don't have an oxyacetylene torch yet, TK. I've got a propane torch, and that's about it. Burt Relic, thanks for being here, man. Do appreciate it. Yeah, some of those lanyard tubes can be quite stubborn, and that 20-pound maul can help encourage it a little bit. All right, let's start doing some tear down on this. I think the pivot on here is a T. It's a T10. No, I don't use the same alcohol you do there, TK. So the pivot on the Shark Cub is a T10. Drop that in there. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, and I could be, I've been mistaken before, I think these are T6s. Yeah. All right, let me back up here on the chat because I'm not sure what's going on. All right. All right, I don't know what y'all are talking about, and I'm going to just keep on doing a disassembly thing here. Oh man, left y'all without supervision, and in well, TK is in here and has a blue wrench, so there's no telling what's going on. He's supposed to be the supervision. He and Milton and Mr. Eddie and Mattisfaction, but they're probably off playing somewhere. So yep, unsupervised, and that gets us nowhere. He's something else, is for sure. Oh my, your supervision at work, TK? That is a tactile chupacabra. We're going to disassemble it and kind of take a look at the difference between the shark lock and the Superlock. We're going to try to do all this without springs shooting across the room and me having to do a search for do a complete room tear down to get a spring. What I'm doing now is just lightly encouraging this this plate here. Yep, I can feel some pressure on it already. So I think my spring is sprung here. So you can see here, and I'm going to use this to hold this in place. Kind of what's going on here, you've got this slide that you can pull this slide here, and we'll take that spring out so that it doesn't go crazy. But you've got this spring, and as you open the blade, this part of the bar rides on the tang of the knife, and as it comes around, that slides into place and provides a really robust lock. And I'm just going to leave it like this until I get the other knife apart. And then, of course, I've got to do some cleanup before I put everything back together. But I'm going to slide everything that is related to the Demco over here so that I don't have to try to figure out what part gets to what part. All right, let me back up and see what I've missed here. TK is putting some links to Mattisfaction. And TK did ask a question. It says, is it common for the Kaiser Phoenix to keep showing up in my bedside in the middle of the night asking for lemon bars? And Maddie had a response that says, the Knight said, yes, it is very common. best way to make it stop is to send its designer lemon bars. And my wife got the lemon bars and I didn't get them. I'm still a little upset about that. TK says he has a whole crew that works for him. And Maddie said, Maddie, what you should have said is it takes a regular shipment of lemon bars to satiate the hunger of the Phoenix. There you go. Mind if Milton says TK running loose? That's usually how it is, man. Milton is Lincoln Adventure 50, and I'm going to have to check that one out later. And Adventure says, thanks, Mind of Milton, trying to get to that 700 subscribers. Yeah, me too, man. Maddie says he's just a little better than getting into a massive wreck. I win. That means TK is the boss. All right, let's see. Looks like we've got T8s on this one, but I'm just going to check to make sure because the last one I thought was a T8 was actually a T10. That's a T8. And yes, T8's on the body screws as well. Scott N, thanks for being here, man. And he asked the all-important question, Satisfaction is a big wreck. Now, are you asking that with the question mark, or is that a statement, Scott? Let's go ahead and take the body screws out. And we're going to set the tactile stuff up here. And I'm not going to mix up the stuff, so I'm going to try not to mix up the stuff. All right. Technically speaking, this should come apart, although I seem to recall I had to do a little encouragement last time. And I like this little sponger thing that they gave me with I think it was with a dash cam to help install the. Oh, no, don't do that. I want you to stay in there. Carefully removing this again, just like the other one, because I don't want the spring. Oops. Nope, don't think that worked right. Everything's coming apart on it. We'll get it back together enough to see how it works. Maybe. I need some of my stop pins to be over here. There we go. All right. Let me back up and get the comments. See if there's anything I need to address. Hey, Paul Mills, thanks for being here, man. Do appreciate it. I'm only a couple minutes behind. Mr. Eddie, I want to plunk it too, but it's not helping me out. You may have one headed in your general direction, depending on weather. He does. I think he's probably just picking on me, but it did get in the... Check that tracking number, Mr. Eddie, see if it's not moved yet. TK asked Mr. Scott in if he was the knife tube schedule creator, and he's claiming that he is some other, he said it's some other weirdo, but I'm pretty sure it's Scott in. And if you haven't checked out that, TK, drop a link to that, because that's pretty handy. And thanks, Scott, for all the work you do, man. The blood should not go inside of the scales. If you're doing everything correctly, the blood should stay inside of your fingers in the best possible scenario. Now, if it goes sideways, the blood may go all over the place. And so far, we've not done that on a live, and we hope that continues. Actually, that's not true. I think I did cut myself one time on a live. It just wasn't that bad. And I have deer in the front yard now. Cool. Oh, quit whining. It's headed your way. And that's true. Kim may have intercepted. We'll see. And that's true. Scott is getting pretty fancy with those pictures that that he sends out with the schedule on it. And y'all quit talking about a toaster bath. I don't know what you're talking about. But just watch each other's channels and don't do that toaster bath thing. And again, Scott, we really appreciate what you do, man. Thank you so much. Y'all got lively in the chat here. And I'm way behind, I think. Exactly, burnt relic. There may be, I don't know. Hey, Brown Sugar, thanks for being here. Do appreciate it. And TK sent over Scott's Instagram. If you have a channel and you haven't put it on his schedule, send him a message about it. He's pretty cool about getting it on the schedule, and then it gets sent out, and folks can look at the schedule and try to figure out when they're able to watch stuff. Or also, you can take a look at that schedule and try to pick a time that you might be able to do a live. That's kind of what I tried to do. I think I bounced around a couple of different nights, and we're just going ahead with this one for now. All right. Whoops. All right, let's take a look at how this one works as opposed to this one. Now, I'll slide this one back in for a second and show that it'd be helpful if I could zoom in, but I can't do that with this camera on a live. Not that I'm aware of anyway. But anyhow, when you're actuating the lock on this one, you pull it back, and then you'll rotate the knife around, or the blade around here, and then when it gets in this position, it gives that tension when you're first flicking it out. Again, it goes this way. That tension's being held on this, and then that slides over the top of the blade, provides a really good lockup. This one here, now the deer are walking up the driveway. All right, so this one here acts somewhat similar. You've got that tension. Well, not so much. Where's the... Don't look, I might be cutting myself here in a second. I thought that was in place, but it's not. There we go. All right, this one acts somewhat similar in theory. Yeah. Spring. Stay there. All right, let's do it without the spring. All right. So this is holding tension against this. When you flick the blade out, it rides on the tang of the blade here, comes around, and come on now. Then that slides in the top there. Now, just looking at it, I think this probably is a much more secure, on the Demco, probably much more secure lock. But you can see they're somewhat similar. And then, of course, when you pull back, it disengages that lock, and you can then close the knife. So just kind of gives you an idea of how the two different locks work. Some similarities. The basics are kind of the same, but just the execution, the design of the lock itself is different. All right, let's back up. Dragoon says, ladies present, watch your language. There you go, Dragoon. Tell him. And I told you a while ago, Maddie, there could be ladies here. So, that's all I'm saying. Da-da-da. And I've lost the conversation here because I don't know what's going on. So I'm just going to keep on scrolling if I don't know. Somebody get a flesh wound? No, wasn't me. Not this time. Spring just went crazy. And because I don't hunt them at night, TKE, it's not allowed. It's frowned upon. Plus, it's not hunting season. And I got an answer for you, TKE, but I'll try to talk to you after the live tonight. Soft, delicate fingers. I hear you, TKE. I'm not going to be here. I'm not going to be on your live Saturday. Let's see. Oh, you guys. Maddie gets his hair done before every live. I don't think Maddie's hearing your gentle ribbing there, TKE. All right, I'm going to set this one to the side. Well, let's take a look at it. I think there had been some talk about this particular knife here with the chupacabra maybe not locking up as much, and that you can see there's a lot less material that's sliding over that piece of the blade here. So there's just this little bit that slides over, whereas on the Demco you've got a lot of material that's contacting the top of that blade there. But that's just my opinion. I'm no expert at this. I'm just taking a look and trying to use a little bit of common sense with that. All right. I'm going to go ahead and set that one off to the side. We'll go ahead and remove this, and you can see it's the build is fairly simple with these. They are running on the Shark Cub. It is some very small, very small bearings, but very good action on those as well. You guys. All right, I'm going ahead and, while I've got them apart, I'm just going to go ahead and do some cleaning on them. It's probably been a minute since either one of these has been apart, so I'll go ahead and do some cleaning on all the parts and put them back together here. And y'all are welcome to hang out for as long as you want to while we're doing this. We'll keep chatting, and I'll try to answer any questions anybody might have, but some of you probably know more about this than I do. So if I can learn something, let me know. And I'll try to keep up with the chat, but most of it's going over my head, and y'all just keep on. That's fine with me. TK uses the force and the great amounts of force instead of the more delicate tools of a knife disassembler. Is what I'm hearing there. Those are really tiny bearings there. Burt Relic's calling up Star Wars. Let's see if I can get this stuff out of here. Got too much stuff in the Q-tip box here. All right, clean the pivot there. And then let's get that pivot screw out. You can tell it's still got a good bit of the Loctite, original Loctite on it. And I think that's a T10. Let's see if we can find that T10. Nope, not there. There we go. You guys are giving some really bad advice on here, I think. But it's out of context, so I don't know. Just wait until Maddie gets back to see it. Trying to get some of this old Loctite out of there. I didn't say it, Maddie. Somebody else said it. All right, let me back up here. I'm missing something. Maddie says his hair is done by couch naps. All right. You guys are trying to instigate the police, sounds like. There's that bad advice again. I don't think I'm going to get all that Loctite off of there. Mr. Eddie says he wished he had a Lamia, whatever it's called. I think you've got one of those too. Check that tracking number again, Mr. Eddie. Should be headed your way, man. That's right. I don't have a Mr. Eddie knife on the table. That's the first time in a minute that I haven't had one of his knives in hand. All right, I think that's just going to have to do it. Dun, dun, dun. TK says he wishes he had a Strix. And I think it's another one of those situations where I think there's one incoming, but the snow has foiled that. That motto that the USPS had about rain and snow, I don't think it was actually their motto, but I think somebody wrote a poem about it at one time, but I don't think it's true anymore. Mr. Eddie says he had a Strix, sold it. Those coconut cookies were pretty good. I did get one of those. All right, let me get to work here. All right, let's go ahead and pop that pivot in. Pop one of these wonderful, man, these bearings are tiny. I like using this Gunny Glide stuff. Not a terrible amount either, just a little bit on each side. Let's put the blade on. And let's put the bearing on. And we're going to need this doodad right here. Wait a minute. Yeah. All right, spring. This comes the fun part. Just going to get that spring in there. And like so. Then here's when you want to take a quick look around. Make sure there's not any extra parts that are on the table, so that you don't get everything together before you figure out you forgot something. And I'm going to get that T6 and get that body screw in. And may as well go ahead and pop that pocket clip on. This is a little bit different. I'm actually sitting here in a chair since we're on these lives that take a few minutes. So I decided to try to be a little comfortable. Normally I'm up standing up when I'm doing these. All right, let's get over there and do that T10. And we're going to put a little bit of Loctite on that bad boy. I like using the Loctite stick here. Just less of a mess than the liquid stuff. It seems to hold just fine. Usually I try to let everything sit overnight and set up. A little bit of blade play there. I will tighten it up a little bit. There we go. That one's back together. All right. So that's that. Now let it set for overnight. Should be good to go. All right, let me check the chat here and see if there's anything I need to do. But I think most of it is you guys entertaining yourselves, so that's cool. Scott's trying to figure out the going rate for coconut cookies to lemon bars. Burnt Relic says Celsius. Sounds like the logical answer. Mr. Eddie says he wants coconut cookies before his birthday. When's your birthday, Mr. Eddie? All right, go ahead and take the start. Well, now let's keep on. Oh, there you go, Scott. USPS will get it there if you quit complaining, or we'll give you something to complain about. Seems like that seems logical as well. I mean, that pretty much gets it. Good question. It's a holiday. It's a holiday, so there's no deliveries on your birthday, Mr. Eddie. TK says Gunny Glide's excellent. Yeah, I think so too. Close enough. Relic said that's Michael Jordan's birthday, the 17th. Oh boy, here we go. I actually like, Scott, I like taking knives apart on the camera. It's fun to get a new knife and take it apart. I've actually had both of these apart, but that's part of what I enjoy is the disassembly and cleaning. Darkwater, thanks for being here, man. Much appreciated. That's not to say I haven't had some interesting times with some knives. I was doing a disassembly on where's that knife at? It's in the other room. On a Beg Knives, Beg Bodega. And I think that's what it was. And found out I had no, I knew that one was loose bearings. I was doing the an Arno Bernard Imamba, and pulled it apart and was talking about it and on doing a video, doing disassembly and cleaning video, and looked down and there's loose bearings, and when I counted up bearings, there weren't enough bearings, so that was fun. And yeah, I don't think doing 4 knives on a live would be a whole lot of fun. Absolutely not. I did not. I didn't. Sorry. Forgot. TK's linking Dark Water. Scott, I don't mind the loose bearings if I'm expecting them, but yeah, not fun. Dark Water, man, that's no fun to drive 6 hours through a blizzard. Yeah, it's time to relax after that. You be nice, Mr. Eddie. If you unsubscribe, please resubscribe. All right, I think I'm caught up. Let's see what's going on here. Let me go ahead and drop these bearings in the rubbing alcohol. And then wipe everything down. Get that pivot out. Bearings, and there should be a pivot screw here. Let's get that in there. Everything else I think is good. If you've not subscribed to Mr. Eddie's channel, please do so. TK just dropped a link. He's got some pretty cool custom knives that he does, as well as other knives that he shows. So give him a follow there. Whoops, broke it. Let's grab another one. Let's see if we can not break it this time. All right. And since what's going on now is I took apart the 2 knives and demonstrated the difference between the lock systems. And now I'm just going ahead and cleaning this one up. And I've already got the Demco Shark Cub reassembled. But while I had them apart, figured it wouldn't hurt to do a little preventative maintenance on them. Hurry up and I'll talk to Danny and see if he's got any for sale, man. Yeah, no, I can't get rid of that one. But I do appreciate your persistence. Oh, me. Something stronger, huh? For the most part, rubbing alcohol does pretty well. and it's not as toxic as other things could be. All right. I think I cleaned the bar here, but we'll make sure. And since those are sliding on those pins, we'll go ahead and make sure that all the surfaces are free and clear from any debris. All right, check that chat again. You know how bad I would feel if that got lost in the mailman. TK says he's not sending any more knives to anyone until I send the RDB to check out. And this is the one he's referring to check out. It was gifted to me by a friend, and he's going to check it out. Mr. Eddie, before you move out to Arizona, you need to drive up to Blade Show in Atlanta in June. When are you retiring? Single-handedly pause the entire YouTube knife community. Oh, man. Y'all are funny. All right, let's go ahead and clean these bearings. I have sent you several knives to check out, Mr. Eddie. The Coca-Cola Museum is fun, and yes, I don't like going to Atlanta. I make an exception since it's Blade Show, though. And I was reminded. My thought was this last Blade Show. It's fairly close to here. I mean, it's like 2.5 hours. But as I drove into Atlanta, I was reminded that I had fleeting thoughts of not staying overnight and driving back home and then driving back the next day. But the traffic cured me of that really quickly. It is not fun, but it is fun to go to Blade Show. All right. Let's go ahead and get that pivot in there. And it's got like a tri-lobe on the pivot there, and then the pocket that it goes in machined into the aluminum scale there. All right, let's see here. Let's go ahead and put a little bit of gunny glide there. All right. Go ahead and get that other bearing in, and A little bit going to glide on that side. And then the fun of the spring. All right, so that spring's in there. Let me go ahead and get that pivot screw out though and clean that one up. I think I'm going to need the T8 for that one. All right, get that cleaned up. All right, let me grab the chat and see what's going on. I think I'm missing a lot. We'll talk about it, Miss Traddy. Dark water, you get are you saying you want a giveaway? Very cool. And congratulations. Thanks, TK. Appreciate it. Keep it playing in the background there. And be careful on the roof. Actually, don't do that. All right. Let's go ahead and slide this into place. Make sure I got that cleaned out. Sometimes a little bit of Loctite gets in that area, those areas too, and I just try to keep it cleaned out. And I just noticed something about that pivot I need to take a look at. But I am going to go ahead and get that body screw in. Switch out and get that T8 on there. Something isn't right there. There we go. And the pivot came out. There we go. All right, let's try to get that in there again. There we go. And get that one in there. Henry G, thanks for being here. All right, and I think there's a little bit of stuff here that I want to try to clean out. No, guess not. Thought there was some, maybe a little bit junk there. Okay. All right, let me back up here. I think Lots of snow in the south. Wait a minute. What did dark water win there? All right, I'm lost again. Anyhow, all right, let's put the pivot on this chupacabra. Again, I'm gonna get a bit of Loctite here. Y'all didn't tell me it was so late here. And let's tighten that up. See where we're at on centering. Looks good. No blade play. And good to go. We're going to let that one set overnight. I'm with you, Henry G. I'm hoping he doesn't fall off the roof if that's where he went. All right, so we've got the Chupacabra here and the Demco 8020.5 that we've did a disassembly and cleaning while I rambled on this evening. And I really appreciate everybody that's hanging around. Hopefully some supplies will be here soon and we can do some cool stuff with anodization. I got a knife in to do some pieces and parts and anodization of various and sundry parts of it. So that should be fun. Got a few other knives that we're going to take a look at hopefully soon. Got another box coming in hopefully soon of some knives, and just try to have actual knife content on a live, which is sometimes rare to see in some cases. So I kind of like to do that and actually chat with y'all about knives and answer questions from time to time. So that's really cool. All right, let's see here. And y'all know I can't read some of these comments. So. I appreciate everyone that's been hanging around this evening, and appreciate all you guys that do so. It helps us out when we've got it helps us out when we've got folks that like to hang out and ask questions and be a part of the knife community, and I like it that y'all are chatting amongst yourselves, even if I don't know what's going on. So that's really cool. All right, where's the other? Oh, I put some of them in the case behind me. Probably not getting the ones out that were there. Maybe adding a few more. Taking some away. That's all right. Get a couple more. Get some RS chaos going on. And I think, and I feel like there was something else, but I don't know. It's okay. Dragoon says they want to talk about that one knife that you're talking about, the Artie blades, the Spectre. All right, looks like we've been going for hour and 49 minutes, and it's almost 11:30 here on the East Coast. So, yes, that is a green sparrow. I want to say I did the anodization on a live months ago, but I may have just been playing around one evening, one day, and anodized it. It's got a little bit of wear now, got some character to it, but thought the green turned out really good, and did the clip a little bit different color, clipping the filler tab there. So you can see it's got a little bit of character. Thought about getting it lasered with that same color green, but we'll see. Like a topographical lasering. I have a coupon to get something done, so I may do that at some point in time. All right, you guys, do appreciate it. I'm going to go ahead and close things down since it's getting late. Again, really appreciate that, and hope y'all have enjoyed it. If you would hit that subscribe button if you're not already subscribed, hit that like button, and I hope to see y'all again soon. I try to release content, and Scotty, thank you for hanging around. I try to release content on a regular basis, several times a week, and then we try to do lives on Tuesday nights. Hope all of y'all have a wonderful rest of your day, and thanks again, everyone. Later.